Hello and welcome everyone back for the first time in a long time for the DeFRaG Weekly. It is the SDC-UK Series 20. Of course, my name is Crazy Al. I'm joined by a very special guest. It's Toots.
Hey Al, hey everybody.
How's it going, mate?
Great, I'm really excited to look at these demos.
Fantastic, mate. Very glad to have you on the DeFRaG Weekly for the first time.
Super
So,
excited to be here, although Kaz isn't excited, it sounds like.
Cause is fine. Don't worry about Cause. You'll be all right. So, you played this map a little bit through the week, didn't you?
Yeah, me, the whole TH team. I think everybody was banging their heads against the wall for this for a while.
Banging your heads against the final ramp.
Yeah, banging our heads against the literal walls here.
Fantastic. So you're a fan of this one? Did you enjoy your time, or was it a bit of a grind? Be honest, it's all good. Don't worry.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's depending on the route that you're going for on this map. I think it can be more or less frustrating. I think like the harder the skip you're going for,
Hmm.
the less consistent the runs get, and so you kind of wind up with a lot of like frustrating variance.
Right. Yeah.
So I think sort of like up at the upper end, probably even a little bit above like where I was aiming for, I think it gets pretty frustrating. But
Yeah.
I think lower down, just generally casually running through the map was, pretty leisurely, pretty enjoyable.
Cool. So yeah, talking about skips, I haven't seen the demos yet, but if we take a very quick look at the results, we can see the table here. As you can see towards the top, the times get a little bit interesting, don't you think? There's clearly some fishiness going on here. So I'm very excited to see how that plays out as we get into these demos. And speaking of getting into these demos, why don't we not waste any more time and get straight into it? What do you think?
Sounds great. Yeah, let's do it.
Fantastic. So, of course, we're going to start off with a VQ3. That's the wrong one. There we go. Of course, we're going to start off with a VQ3. We've got 25 demos in VQ3 to check out. Starting off with Fine Dirt with 46.0.
And in general, the times seem a lot closer in VQ3 than CPM, except with the exception of the bottom of VQ3.
Hmm.
I was talking to SOCOM about this map and just kind of asking sort of where the ideas came from, and he mentioned that this map came from a conversation he had with Ghost. And it
Okay.
was based on aesthetically a building from the city he's in. I don't want to say the name of the building or anything or dox
Okay.
him, so
Yeah, that's
I'll leave
fine.
that part out. But he said it was basically that sort of texture work that Ghost was doing, and then he was kind of more responsible for the layout of the map, the geometry, all of those things.
Hmm.
And he said that Stammer Focus, that map, was kind of his big inspiration for this map. Something fast-paced, lots of thinking.
Okay, nice. Good to hear. Yeah, I really like the aesthetic of the map. Moving on up to Is2 with a 38.8.
That's a big
Yeah,
jump.
it is a decent jump, yeah. I really do like the aesthetic of this map. I think it's really nice. I like the whole almost brutalist industrial design with combined with the overgrown nature that you can see in this section.
Yeah, for sure. I love any map that kind of feels like it's sort of telling some sort of a story, like with like some, abandoned place or something like that. I
Yeah,
always just think that's super cool when they kind of weave their own concept into it.
yeah, it's really nice. Shout outs to the left side gang, by the way. This is literally my first time seeing this map on this side, so it looks very strange.
Yeah, same here. I actually have been doing it just for the other side too.
Moving on, it's Paul from Australia. Shout outs to Paul from Australia. I think a reflex race player, if I'm not mistaken.
That's awesome. We have a couple. Do we have a couple Australian players in the DeFRaG community? I think we might.
Yeah, we definitely do. Obviously, probably the most well known would be Haste.
Right.
Obviously, Elim, Red Oxide, Strahl. There's one other as well. I'm forgetting Nature. Nature, of
Oh, that's
course.
right. Yeah, and I
I'm
think
sure.
I
I'm
think
sure there's a
they
few
the
more
last
that I'm
two
forgetting.
stream, right?
Sorry.
Strahl and Nature. I'm not sure if Nature does, but Strahl streams, I think.
Yeah, Strahl streamed. He streamed the DeFrag World Cup runs, and
Oh, that's
Nature did
sick.
a wee bit as well. I think. Yeah, nice run so far. Moving on, we've got Draconics, 37.5. Shout outs to Draconics in the chat. I expect
Trying his
big
hand at
things.
VQ3.
Oh, this is your clan member as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
go.
for sure. Yeah, I didn't see the VQ3 runs from anybody yet.
Nice. Getting on that ramp. Big speed boost. Ah, that's unfortunate. Just misses out on the wall skim, corner skim. Something tells me that CPM was the focus for Draconics.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, what he made in the top three,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, yeah, indeed. Nice run nonetheless.
Very
Next
nice,
up, we
yeah.
have Hayes, 37.5, very close to Draconics. New player? It might be a new player. I really love the velocity pads as well. Just in general, I really like velocity pads in maps. So I'm very happy to see them used here.
Yeah, I think I definitely think one of the big emphasis, at least for the VQ3 component of this, is all of the ground frames that you need for making it through all of the crazy corners in this map. Like the route
Yeah,
is surprisingly similar, sort of like without the the skippy routes. I think it's actually pretty similar from VQ3 to CPM.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you're right about the ground frame nature of the map. There are a lot of very hard corners, and there aren't much in the way of like help with redirecting your momentum, like angled walls and such like that. So yeah, lots of ground frames going on here. Right, moving on again, it's 37.0 from Arendt. Yes, this section especially on the old ground frames. I'm surprised to see so far we've only seen Draconics make that. I don't know if you call. Well, I mean, I guess it is a shortcut to use the CPM route at the beginning after the first velocity pad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I again forgot to mention that at the time.
It's interesting to see sort of like like who winds up taking that top ramp and
Mhm.
who sort of tries to wind it inside.
Moving up, we got Radio Koala, 36.7. I love Radio Koala. I love a Radio Koala run. Submits for every War Cup in existence.
Wow. That takes heart. I mean, some of those are like really brutal. I just can't. But I can't bear to submit some of my times on those.
Same. I didn't submit my time for this run. I did play it a wee bit through the week, but I didn't really have a lot of time to grind it, so I didn't really get a run that I was happy with, so no submission from me.
Oh, that's rough. This last corner I think is interesting. We're gonna see like I think a lot of diversity and strategy there, like people turning early for it, like doing the 180 to try and miss
Yeah.
the wall.
Yeah, the jump pad into that corner seems pretty difficult in VQ3 to be honest.
Yeah, I mean it feels really tight in CPM too even.
And next up, we actually have a tied time with Radio Koala. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I think it's probably Pashka. 36.720. Let's go. Nice, pretty good. Pretty good around those corners. Interesting that he crouches there. I wonder what the purpose for that is. Crouching as he went up the jump pad.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that maybe leads to a later landing on that next section.
Mhm.
Pretty clean there on that wall.
Great stuff. Moving up, we got Raven. Let's go. 36.3. Raven is also a notorious submitter.
Yeah, I definitely know these names.
Nice. Raven on the shortcut. Good corner skims as well. Nice control here. Doesn't quite make it onto the ramp. You can see he was trying, but he was just a wee bit too far forward.
Yeah, awfully close.
Nice half beats. Let's go. Perfectly spaced on the ramp. You love to
Yeah,
see it. And moving on up, we got Immortal 35.6.
these are some pretty big jumps.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for sort of midway up the VQ3 leaderboard, I think. More shortcuts.
Yeah.
Nice. Goes deep into the corner at the top of those stairs so that you can get the spacing right for those ramps at the bottom.
Yeah, this is really clean. Nice use of the wall there earlier too.
Yo! Let's go.
Oh,
I love a plus back.
style points.
Loving it, mate. 35.6 for Immortal, let's go. 35.4, happy to see him. It's happy.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, I'm kind of in awe of all of the VQ3ers, just as a CPM scrub myself. Like, just watching, all the planning that has to kind of go into the line and sort of the way that, you're using the wall to correct yourself, the ground frames to
Yeah.
correct yourself. Just so much calculation required.
There's a lot of commitment in VQ3. And I'm not ready for that type of commitment, I'm afraid.
Same.
It is a pleasure to watch, though. And he's happy with that run. Next up, we got Compolamus. Shoutouts to Compolamus. A loyal YouTube viewer. 35.3. Let's go. Nice strafes in the beginning here.
Yeah, this is already looking really fast.
Yeah. Just efficient with every jump.
Less time spent on the ground frames.
And manages to skip having to go all the way into the corner there to make that ramp spacing, but doesn't quite get a lot of speed from the ramp, and then sacrifices it soon after. And a nice strafe to the ends.
Yeah, it looks like they're deliberately, or at least in that place, he was deliberately hanging on to the jump so that he could get the spacing at the very end, right?
Yep. Moving on, we have 34.4. I hope I'm saying this right. Is it Pew? Pew?
That'd be
Something
my
like that.
guess.
I hope so. Like pull up a pew, like a church pew. Nice. I think we're going to be seeing this shortcut the rest of the runs now.
Yeah, agreed.
Nice spacing here. Is it going to get a good speed from this? Wow, 900.
Nice. Has to reset a bit there.
Good wall bonk. Or since this is an old school style map cup, we can call it a hero hit. Alright, next up, 33.3, it's Nachos. Shoutouts to Nachos in the chat.
Well, let's go, Nachos.
Very nice. And gets the skim. Both skims.
Wow.
Hell
Nice.
yeah. Well done. Well. Plus forward is fine, I suppose, but in future, please use plus back. Thank you. Has to slow down a bit at the end just to make the spacing work. That's the kind of nature of that final ramp.
Yeah.
But next up, we got another Reflex warrior. It's Tofu. Well, Tofu did play Reflex, but I think his experience goes a bit further back than that to ET or one of those games, you know.
Oh, okay.
Enemy territory. But yeah, let's go Tofu. Notorious strafer.
I love that little skim on that step there instead of using like a skim or a ground frame to
Yeah.
change.
Excellent, look at this. Excellent spacing on that ramp. That's the fastest ramp hit we've seen so far.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, really nice speed coming into that section.
Oh, perfect spacing as well on the final ramp. You love to see it. Well done, Tofu. Next up is Enter, 32.6. Nice skim. Fantastic spacing here.
Nice line.
Yeah, very nice line. Doesn't have to slow down at all.
Really early 180.
Oh, this is pro level VQ3. See how fast he
Those
jumps?
jumps. Yeah. Loved it. We got Woody in the chat.
Yeah, shout outs to Woody. Legend. 32.5 is Effect. Anton. No, I'm watching you. Taking a very deliberate spacing here to get the spacing onto that ramp. Nice 180.
Yeah.
Honestly, this looks slower than the previous runs, does it not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it was a decent gap, you know what I mean? 32.6 and 32.5, but like, he does... Effect stops to take these corners very deliberately.
Right. Yeah,
I guess it's
a
just
shorter
like
route.
Yeah, just a cleaner line, I guess. But it does visually look slower. I guess it's a tiny difference that we're talking about, but still.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, Rainfire, 32.4. Let's go. Nice line. Very tight around that corner. Big boost on the ramp. Double skim.
Awesome.
Perfect. Double hero hit. You'd love to see it.
Yeah, it gets stuck in the corner a little bit, it looks like. Nice
Great spacing for the end, yeah. 32.4, well done. Up we have Kairos, 31.8. Cool. Shout outs to Kairos for being an actual nutcase. Taking the CPM route. Let's go. Excellent hit. Double skim. You know how it is. Interesting 180.
Yeah. Lots of little adjustments to make these
Yeah.
lines right.
Up we have Poison, 31.7. Oh, look at that line.
Wow.
That was very efficient. Excellent hit. And a really tight 180. I think that's the
Yeah.
best 180 we've seen so far.
Really nice spacing up to the end too.
Great stuff. Next up, Procky Pop, with another tie, 31.736, tied with Poison.
Wow. Yeah, it's really tight at the top for VQ3.
Yeah. Shoutouts to the Sonic the Hedgehog player model.
I wasn't sure if it's gonna make that sound.
That's great. I actually haven't heard that before.
Oh, working the wall.
Yeah, I've seen a few wall strafes going on in that section. Great stuff. Right, moving into the top three. Now we've got some very heavy hitters, starting off with Kit, 30.8. Look at that. That's a significant jump in time. Almost a full second, so very interested to see what's going to happen here. CPM route, of course.
Yeah, I think we'll see that probably from the top three.
Yeah. Such a shaky mouse hand. Very high sends, it seems.
Yeah.
Mate, how is this so much faster than the previous runs?
I think, the fact that we're not VQ3ers explains why we're asking that question, right?
I'm gonna play this one again because I really really don't know where the time save is. Obviously he's doing the CPM route, so that's gonna help. But yeah, just good strafes. Very good 180. He gets a good line through here, but it still seems slower than what we've seen before, but
Faster mouse movement, Goblin said.
yeah.
Probably just quicker adjustments to the right zones.
Well, he's got the high sends, isn't he? High sends advantage. Excellent stuff from Kit.
Really good.
Yeah. So we have Step with a 30.5. Let's go Step. Really nice line.
Just super clean, everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look at this. That was a great line through those two skims.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Jump.
Big jump.
Love it. We could see that one again. We're in the top three after all. Yeah, just very, very precise and clean lines.
Yeah, the spacing just works out really, really nicely.
I love this. And this 180 as well is extremely efficient.
Yep.
Fantastic. Well played, Step. Alright, now, moving on. It's the King. King Delta.
Another big jump, too.
Yeah, seriously big jump. Well, for the top run anyway, for the top three. Let's go. I imagine it's probably going to look extremely similar to the rest, just be better in every single strafe, maybe. Wow, look at that speed through there, are you kidding me? On the diagonal line as well? That definitely helped them a lot.
Wow.
Skimming that corner as well, giving them excellent spacing for the final run. Yeah, let's see that one again. Very clean lines, as we're used to. No skim there either at the start.
Yeah, it's just fast.
Yeah, check out the speed, 1,000 ups, and then when he goes up here, I'm just going to slow-mo a little bit because it goes off at a really specific angle. See that?
Yeah.
It cuts off tons of space. Like, not a lot of people were doing that. So it's a really simple change to a run. It's a really simple addition to your route, but it clearly is very efficient. And no skim there is actually really good. Like, a skim is
Right, yeah.
it's gonna like, I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong here, but I think skimming like that, when you're not saving, when you're not making a cleaner line, you're going to cost yourself a little bit of time in the skim. So skimming can be great for your run, but it can also negatively impact it a little bit. And I think Delta not skimming there is actually better for the route. We can see it one more time.
Yeah, it's a lot of a lot of calculation. I feel like needs to kind of go into each one of those sections where you do decide to skim and shave a little bit for a turn.
Again, getting up to ridiculous speed with that jump pad. Fantastic runs from Delta, as always. Alright, let's get into the CPM then, shall we? We have 30 runs here. There are more than 30 runs, but I think 30 runs is enough. So why don't we start out? 22.6, it is Paul. Once again, these times are all very tight. Look at this leaderboard. Until we get to about here, and then it just
Yeah,
goes mental. But like, this
yeah.
is all very tight.
I
So
think we're
yeah,
gonna see probably like 3 or 4 major different kinds of runs in CPM.
okay. Let's get started. It's Paul, all the way from Australia. Let's go. Nice line through there.
Yeah,
This is already looking very good. Don't know if
hits
it's
the
just
wall a
because
little
we've
bit at
been,
the end there.
yeah, great stuff. Next up, we got Zerg, 22.6. Very, very fucking close to Paul.
Oh yeah, looks like a frame.
Excellent spacing. Oh,
Ooh.
oh, okay. Doesn't even need that ramp. Great stuff.
Yep.
Next up, we have Tofu, 22.5. I've just realised I'm exposing my PB in the on the HUD. Again, no ramp and CPM.
Yeah, I think you pretty much just are always gonna overjump it there.
Yeah, it seems so. Nice run from
There's like
Tofu.
a ledge there people were playing with, I think, sort of where that ramp is, but I think it winds up not being an actual object you can jump on, so you
Yeah,
just wind up going right through it.
I'm guilty. Guilty of that over here.
You're not alone.
Next up, 22.4. It is Kipish. Nice and smooth. Nice wall strafe.
Nice.
Oh, the spacing as well was fantastic. You can tell he's happy with
Yeah,
that one.
that was cool.
Moving on, 21.9, we have, I think, Sinat. I think that's how you maybe how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
On the ramp, let's go.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There it
interesting.
is. I knew it was going to come soon.
I didn't expect to see one of those there at that
No.
at 21 seconds or 22.
Yeah, we could see that again. 21.9. Yeah, I like that.
Takes the wide turn here for that double jump spacing.
Mm-hmm. Great stuff. Yeah, it's not a bad skip. Next up, 21.6. Is this Sithis? I think? Or I'm not quite sure how you say that one. He's your clan member, you should know.
I'm not equipped with the right language skills for this,
No,
unfortunately.
me neither.
I think we're going to see some really interesting solutions to that lower to upper jump pad, like the
Yeah.
spacing on it, because I think like everyone's kind of finding themselves in awkward spots where they've got to take a little extra half jump.
Mm-hmm. Alright, moving on. 21.4. It's Korzakov. Excellent
Nice corner.
180. Yeah, that was a really good 180. Fantastic. 21.3. It's Immortal. Go. Excellent turn.
Lost a little bit at the end there, but in general, turning was really clean on this.
Yeah, really fast all the way through. Next up, 20.9. Lollipopolinius? Lollipop. Yeah, you know the one. You know who it is. There we go. Very nice.
I love that skip.
Yeah, it seems so obvious now. You know what I mean? Because I knew
Yeah.
I knew those gaps were there, and I knew they were wide enough to allow a player to go through. But at no point did I put two and two together in my head.
Yeah, I just go where
the
the jump pad tells me.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. 20.9, it's Torner. Very smooth so far.
Really clean.
Yeah. And no skip. Excellent ball strafe there. Brief, very brief, but very good.
Mm-hmm.
Love to see it. 20.4, it's Pew. Pew. I hope that's how you
Props
say
to
it.
everybody who's doing both categories for this.
Oh, absolutely. It's hard enough to set a good time in one physics alone. Any skippers? Any skippers in the chat? Nice. Yep, he's pleased with himself. Moving on, 20.0. 1709. This is looking very fast.
Yeah, really going for it.
How deep he is there.
Pretty nice turn too.
Yeah, fantastic. That was just really fast all the way through. Alright, next up is the first sub 20. 19.7, it is Rainfire. Nice. Oh, this is so smooth. Skip for Rainfire, he is an honest player.
Doesn't need it. Honest runs.
Oh, look at this. This is so good. Like,
Wow.
that's a great run. I just want to see that one again, to be honest. Just perfect AD turning here at the beginning. Everything perfectly spaced.
Exactly what you'd expect from Rainfire.
Yeah. This wall strafe as well is just excellent. Perfect spacing on the final ramp. 19.7. Quite a jump. Then we have all these 20s and 21s. And then just boom, 19.7.
Yep.
But then again, FPS rain, 19.3. Takes the other doorway.
Taking off a little bit of speed as he went up to it this time instead of sort of that one soft jump.
Mm-hmm. Nice run from Rain. Next up, 19.2. Nachos. Rocking the gauntlet. Great stuff. Firmly in skip territory now, aren't we?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think it's like you'll see it coming when you see people shaving off speed with really hard side turning, right?
Yeah. Next up, it's the king of VQ3. It's Delta 19.0. Decent jump here. Nice, very smooth. Having to
Nice,
slow
gets the
down.
spacing.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, most people were coming up short for all the earlier demos, right?
Yeah, he does have to slow down quite a bit before the big jump pad and before the final ramp. Having to slow down and kind of adjust. Okay, next we're getting another kind of decent jump. 18.8, it's Procky Pop. I'm changing my player model to Sonic the Hedgehog after this. Excellent speed here, look at this. Smooth operator.
Really nice.
Yeah, just fantastic all the way through. Loving it. Alright, big jump, 17.5 is Goblin.
Oh yeah. I'm expecting some crazy mechanics here.
Yeah, let's go. One should be interesting.
Wow, nice turn there.
Let's go. It doesn't take the extra jump on the jump pad. A lot of people were doing an extra jump.
Mm-hmm.
We can see that one again. The real rank one. Congratulations on first place, Goblin.
Best, mostly honest route.
Yep. Mostly honest.
Yeah, I got this little thing here.
Okay, I'm a little bit scared of what's coming next, to be perfectly honest. But we got a big jump, 13.4 now. It's the Violence.
Yeah. This is where we're gonna see the bigger skip.
Ah, okay. Oh, that is filthy, that is. That's properly dirty.
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
pretty wild one.
I don't know. Fucking hell. 12.5. Pusifier. Pusifier? I don't know. Like
Puzifer.
Pusifer. Like Lucifer. Wow. Oh, that's unfortunate. Right at the end there.
Yeah, that one's it's just hard to get. I think, at a certain point, there are people that are probably just landing routes and that's good enough.
Yeah, yeah, I
But
expect as
cleaning them up
much.
gets hard.
Next up, Orum, and massive shout outs to Orum for being one of the lead organisers of this SDC Cup, as far as I'm aware. But shout
Also made
outs.
round 2, right? One of the map makers for round 2.
Yeah, actually, I think so. Okay, 12.1, let's go. Legendary org, indeed. A filthy skipper.
Oh, nice, gets in.
Yeah, just about. Great
Now, if
stuff.
I'm not mistaken, there's openings on the back of that, like the little slats on that finishing room, but not on the front. So everyone kind of has to make sure they're going in early.
Right, I see. Okay, next up, 11.9, it's Effect. I love the skim. That was great. Well done. Next up, an amazing runner, epic Twitch streamer, and just fantastic guy. It's 11.7. Right, take us through it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the real trick with this, at least, was just getting the speed right and hitting that second jump pad in the right spot. Like you pretty much have to hit it right on the edge.
Yeah, I see. Nice. That looks great. Like I don't know. I very interested to see how it gets down to 10.5. We can take
Yeah,
what?
I think it's pretty wild the route in for
Yeah,
those 10 seconds or under 11-second runs.
we can take another look at your run. Considering the runs are so short now, we may as well replay them. Is that auto jump on the stairs?
I think you want to, like, I was trying to get around 650, 700 going up to that jump pad, and I didn't want to just slow down, so I just used the steps to take a slower double jump and cut speed off there.
Yeah, fair play. Right, next up, another author from the second round map is Zigaz 11.6.
Nice,
So yeah, I
very
mean they're
nice.
all pretty much the same now, just getting edging forward a little bit. In terms of route, at least they're almost the same.
There's one more big jump
Yeah.
from enters to sources.
Hmm. Well, moving on to enter now, it's 11.5. That was a robotic circle jump.
Yeah, just a really good start.
Nice. Right side
Oh,
cannon.
could have taken off more.
Yeah, we can see that again before we do the big jump. That circle jump is so good. Like, why is that so
Yeah.
good? Yeah, unfortunate ending, but still very good run. Next up we have Source 10.8. Nice. Smooth ending.
Just a wrist breaker of a run.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, 10.7, we have Draconics. Let's go Dragon Man. Very nice. He's happy.
Beautiful.
We're on the top 3 now. We can. Why not? Very Kugels. Great stuff. Well done.
And a lot of adjustment going up into that first big jump up. I think that's really what we'll see a lot of for these top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of tiny miniature adjustments going into it.
Stuff. All right, second place, 10.6. It's Icarus or Icarus. Very nice.
Wow.
Not a lot to talk about now, really. They're all doing the exact same route, just better.
Yep.
Just better.
Mechanical
so
perfection.
yeah, that's what we're seeing here. Now, I haven't the slightest idea how to pronounce this person's username. I do remember that they have another name, I just can't remember what it is.
Kashtabari, right?
Really? Okay. Well, there you
Or
go.
Kastavari. Sorry, Kastavari.
Castabari.
Yeah.
Xbox. Well done. Let's go Xbox. There you have it. Those are the runs. I think SOCAM might be a little bit. I'm hoping SOCAM isn't too disappointed. The fact that, obviously his map was broken.
I
So
actually
quite.
asked him a little bit about that,
Yeah.
just to make sure that that wasn't an intentional thing. And yeah, I think they wanted it to be a little bit. They wanted the times for CPM to be a lot closer, like they are for VQ3. So I think just sort of the fact that he's like a little bit newer to mapping Quake 3 DeFRaG probably just missed a couple clip checks.
Yeah. It happens. But it's still pretty interesting. I thought, like, maybe not if you're trying to grind out a good time. But I was certainly entertained going through the demos.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
feel like it's not very often that you get a map that is not only cool when you play through the normal way, but the skips are also kind of cool too.
yeah. But shout outs to Goblin for being the real number one and being mostly honest.
Yeah, and he actually brings up an interesting point. When a mapper's sad, there's a player who's happy to have broken it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The give and take.
All right, great stuff. There we have our results, our top 15. Shout outs to all these absolute gamers.
Great work, everyone.
Yeah, well done. And shout outs to SOCAM. It's a really, really cool map. And there is a fixed version now as well, uploaded on World Spawn. So if you want to be really honest, you can. And yeah, that's all from us. Thank you for joining me tonight. That was really, really fun. Hope you enjoyed
Thanks so
yourself.
much for having me.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Anytime. Anytime at all. And yeah, we will be back next week. This first show was a wee bit delayed, obviously. But next week we will be back at the end of the rounds. That's when the round 2 stream will be. As soon as the demos are available, the stream will be going live. And hope to see more special guests as well. Or you will see more special guests, I should say. Yeah, but other than that, that's all from us. So thank you all for watching. It's been a pleasure. And we'll see you next week.